Well, I've kicked around a lot since high school. Booked a lot of nowhere gigs. From keyboard man in a rock and star band, all across the country, big rigs. Now I've come back home to plan my next move from the comfort of my Aunt Dave's couch.
Well, hello, friends. I was not expecting that to stop like that, but very warm days here at the coast of South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, Surfside Beach. Very hot, and so I'm out in the parking lot today, at work, doing some stuff, and it's this young woman with a revealing bathing suit, but the problem is that this person not exactly in shape. And I mean, why would you highlight that? I mean, we're talking cellulite, the whole Megillah. It's just some people don't understand the reason for certain things, I guess. that could be taken a lot of different ways. But talking to this one manager today, who's the last person in the world I would have thought was open to like the truth and reality type stuff, like the current situation. But we were talking a little bit, and I told her about them. They're starting to phase, change out. I guess the mint has stopped even making change. Actually, let me look that up. But I was telling her some stuff, and she said, "You mean a hoax?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Yeah, I've been hearing that." So I guess I was going to talk a little bit about the time I was a traveling photographer for Kmart, and it was in the business was located in Monroe, I think was the name of it, North Carolina, right by Charlotte. And you had to drive up there every Monday. I decided not to look that up. Every Monday with your gear and trade out the film and whatnot. But I was when I lived in this town called Belton. I had my own house. I had a goat there for a while too. I'm going to tell you about sometime. But my parents were living at the time, and I remember I was over at their house, and when the call came through about getting this job, because actually that reminds me, I resisted not just a cell phone for many years, but even having the other kind of phone. But it's very hard to not have that. So this was $250 a week against a draw against your what you made. And I don't even know if one time while I was there, if I ever even, did better than the draw against what you earn. And I guess there was commission. But we went from, let's see, it was South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina, I guess. And, I'm just not one of those people I'm good around kids individually, but in the situation where they're having their picture taken, and you had to, especially with the little ones, you had to kind of make just say a bunch of stupid shit, and I couldn't really get into it. There was one of the managers there was like a really serious alcoholic. You could just, how some people, you can see it in their face as soon as you look at them. So, and I would smoke weed with some of the people there, but so anyway, this guy, we had to share a room one time, and 2 full-size beds, of course, and but I had part of a joint, I guess, sitting there, and I asked him did he care if I smoked some, before work. He's like, no, as long as it won't affect you. As long as it won't affect you in the store, with the veins busting out of his face, and it just, and but what was so funny to me was he would, about that, is that he would wake up in the morning and he'd have like half a beer sitting there, and the very first thing he would do before anything is take another sip. And then there was this other fella I met while I was there, and we were at this bar one night, and he kept telling me about how well the one issue too was that people would lie to the customers when you tried to sell them the keychains and other bullshit for the pictures. People would lie and say, if you buy these today, they'll come off the price of your package. And of course, they got a lot of complaints about that because it wasn't true, and I wasn't even going to do that either. I might tell you about some of the seedy things I've done sometime, but as far as like something like that and just lying to random public, no, I don't do that, at least when it's more in the front of your mind, like where you realize what you're doing. If I realize a lot of things you do, it's be different, I guess. But he was also telling me about how he wrote. He'd like to write bad checks, and I was trying to understand that. And because I said, because you'll have to face the consequences. And he's, it was like, I guess it was like an addict type thing. There's so many different things that can be that way. So we are eyeing a couple of females that are in the room and trying to figure out if we should go talk to them and stuff. And I said to him, well, if we did and things went well, what would we basically what would we be offering them or whatever, as far as like for the rest of the evening. And he said I could write him a bad check. And that's one of those things that has periodically floated into my mind as something to share. And now, having done so, I'm wondering, sort of wondering why. I should probably carry around something to write with and something to write on. Balls to the walls, busy at work this time of year. This is the 5. It's in the 5 busiest, fixing to end the 5 busiest weeks of the year. And so I've thought of it as the season of the season. And that has made me think about how we are in the season of our lives in these times. like, I mean, just to pull some stuff out of the air, the money that they gave everybody the first time, and it's looking like it's probably going to be happening again. It just makes you think about how it's like the hand that feeds type of thing. And I was impressed again with just how true it is that they don't care that all these opposing facts, so to speak, and truth is out there as far as it being real, but yet the hospitals are paid for this and that about it. And that just goes on and on with the I guess you could say anomalies. And I guess I'm going to be trying to do what little prep I can. And but overall, I guess just hoping that everybody is being steadfast and true, and certainly more things to stick together on these days than to worry about piddly differences. And I am still doing pretty well. And one of these days, maybe we can get another chat going again. Just wanted to talk a little bit today. That's one thing that I can do as far as battles one might have in their head about, well, I really should do this, I really should do that. So anyway, I will talk to you soon.